These are the main doors where my kids come in anxious and excited to learn for the day, or wishing they were back in bed, sleeping. Who's up for a little tour of our one-room schoolhouse? This is the kitchen where we do art, science, any projects, baking, whatever it may be, we do that in the kitchen. And at the kitchen table, I sit during station time to work with one child at a time for about 30 to 40 minutes on math concepts, any of their independent work that they might need some extra explanation about, and any grading that may be needed to complete. This is our family school lesson room. I usually gather them up on the floor. I have activities in front of them while they're learning and listening to me. I use the TV, I use YouTube stations and videos in order to help them get a deeper understanding of anatomy or physiology. I could read them fantastic stories, but the TV really does give them that deeper understanding and appreciation for what they have now and what people in the past experienced. This is our independent station, which is very critical to each child's success. I feel that having time to learn on their own and be challenged on their own and really experience having a hard time without constant help is really important for them, because when they are able to achieve completion of all of their work, they feel a sense of accomplishment, and it really helps them to feel like they're able to learn on their own. And then they kind of just grab books and start independently learning and asking me to create playlists on YouTube to learn more about, whatever it may be that they're interested in. So I really love this station, and they stay here about 30 to 40 minutes as well. Over here is our computer station, where we use programs like Splash Math, Education.com, Adapted Mind. Now, we've started Adventure Academy. I'm kind of back and forth on that because some of my kids do not actually do the work. We've been using coding and Imagineering in a box and Pixar in a box. My kids are loving that. I highly recommend it. And then this is our literature and reading station. Reading comprehension's done here. They read to each other. They try to make it sound interesting and entertaining for the other people listening. We lay out a little blanket on the rug and have this time together. I turn out all the other lights. I have wonderful music playing on the TV. I utilize music our whole school day. I have music that has a timer for the screen during independent workstation time. And that's our one-room schoolhouse. I can show you my actual homeschool curriculum closet. Here's what I have. Now, don't get scared. You do not need this many books. The actual books I use are in this turquoise bin, this blue bin, and this pile right next to it. So, not that many. The rest of the books are kind of books that I picked up that I thought would be great, but they didn't work out, and I am just a little too cheap to get rid of them, and so I just keep them. Now, don't get discouraged after seeing our little one-room schoolhouse and think that you need a school room or a school space big enough for everything that you're possibly going to need. Think of your house right now. You already have crafts, you already have supplies, you already have toys, you already have things organized in the space that you're in.
We'll just show you a little bit about how I organize our school and just what our schoolroom looks like. Real life. Although the school table is clean right now, but the rest of the house is not. So anyway, here is a little of how we organize things. All right, so here is our school table. Right now we do a lot of Zoom learning time with some of our part-time school programs, and so I've had to set up this charging station. Everything's zip tied together. The kids don't get to take their chargers around the house because it's a mess. And then all of their headphones. So the leaf comes up if we ever need all 4 children to sit at the table. But this has been really good for us. This is just here in our living room. right in the middle of all the things that are going on all the time. Anyway, this is our working area. So these are all of our school books that we're currently using. So my oldest, my next youngest, all of our family books, and then the two younger ones. Most of their books they do together, so we just keep them all together. Each of the kids have a project or a school bin. They're all the same size. These are handwriting books, math books, worksheets that they get from school that they've completed. And I just need a place to put them. Honestly, we only usually clean these out about once every 6 months. Also, any notebooks, any handwriting, anything that they have goes into those books. We use a curriculum for math that uses a lot of manipulatives. We love it. It's called Right Start. It has been dreamy for me. We've loved it. And that's where all their math goes. So then on that note, then these are mostly my books plus our two giant poetry books. But this is my own bin. This has my journal, my book of centuries, just some things that I really need, and then all of my manuals, teacher manuals, our scriptures, and then a couple extra binders for my daughter. I know it's simple. Just wanted you to see a little into just the bones. Oh, I wanted to also show you inside of our cupboard. We have a cupboard of just like games and puzzles. And then I'll just give you like a quick little 360 of the room that it's in to give you an idea. I think a lot of people think that school has to happen in a separate room. This happens and school's our life. So this is where we do school. Real quick, underneath all those school books are our math games, more manipulative, maybe some craft supplies, just some of the extra things that the kids can do during school hours. This is something we usually don't open unless it's school hours. And then this is their game and puzzle closet. They can get these things out all the time. That is not a big deal. Okay, and then real quick, I'll give you a little 360 of this room so you can see that it is lived in, and this is our living room. That's my laptop. That's where I do a lot of my work. So I hope this is helpful.
As you're getting started on teaching, or you're teaching during a time that was unexpected like this coronavirus, don't feel discouraged. Just create that designated space. Do something different that tells your kid it's school time. When we started homeschooling at our kitchen table, I would put up our school board when it was school time. And then I would also utilize music, and so the kids knew the gathering song. And they would come for school and they were ready, and that helped me switch from mom to teacher. And it helped them switch from daughter or son to student. It helps so much to designate toys that are just for playtime at home and toys that are just for during school, because then even your smaller kids will look forward to those times. And your older kid will love having certain building blocks or creation toys or whatever it may be, or certain art supplies that are just for school time. And that will designate the difference between home play and school play, and will help you as you're trying to put on this teaching hat and creating this school environment. That's a little bit about me.